Let's now turn our attention to the criticisms and suggested weaknesses of moral relativism. And I will say from the outset that these criticisms are generally believed to be significant and very difficult for the moral relativist to overcome. That is to say, that most philosophers and ethicists are not moral relativists. And the reason for that is because it is seen, moral relativism, as a weak and overall unsatisfactory theory. And these criticisms will show us why, okay? So the first criticism is in regards to infallibility. So let me first start with this question. Do you think that it's possible for you or for a society to be mistaken in your beliefs regarding what's right or wrong in a situation? Do you think it's possible for you to be mistaken regarding the moral truth of a matter? I presume that your answer is yes, that you do think it's possible for you to be mistaken about the truth of the matter. That is to say that you believe that you are fallible, or that your society, your culture is fallible. You or the culture can be mistaken in regards to your beliefs about the truth of the matter. The problem with moral relativism is that it does not allow for being mistaken. It does not allow for fallibility. That is to say that if moral relativism is true, then logically we are all infallible. Infallible. We are not able, even in possibility, to be mistaken. It is impossible for us to be mistaken. Why? Because according to relativism, the truth of the matter is established by your belief or your culture's beliefs. So if I, Sean Brady, believe that eating meat is morally permissible, my belief establishes the truth of the matter. So I cannot be mistaken about the truth of the matter since it's dependent on what I believe. And of course, I know what I believe. It's my belief. I may not know what you believe, but you're a different person, right? I know what I believe, or I know what my society and culture believes, and therefore I cannot be mistaken regarding the truth of the matter. To be a bit more specific, I cannot be mistaken about what I myself believe. Again, I may be mistaken about what you believe or what another culture believes, but I cannot be mistaken about what I believe because it's my belief. I'm the most familiar with it. I know my beliefs. So if relativism is true, then we are all infallible. And that's a problem because we're not infallible. We are totally fallible. We are totally able to be mistaken. And you have probably experienced that in the past, right? Think of it in terms of culturally, in terms of our society. In the past, we used to condone and support slavery. Over time, we came to recognize that position of condoning slavery was wrong, that we were mistaken in believing that. If you want to even suggest that being mistaken is possible, then you cannot be a moral relativist. And since we all at the outset of this said that we all believe in fallibility, we all believe that we can be mistaken, that means that moral relativism cannot be true. Because moral relativism entails that we can never be mistaken, that we are infallible. So again, that's a strong criticism against moral relativism because it seems clear that we are fallible and moral relativism doesn't make room for that. Similarly, real quick, if we are infallible, then there should be no such thing as reform in our moral codes or in our society. Reform as in the idea of changing our moral code from A to B, or changing our beliefs from supporting slavery to opposing slavery. If relativism is true, there's no reason for us to ever change our beliefs because our initial beliefs are already correct. Our initial beliefs are already correct. They are they are what establishes the truth of the matter. So there's no reason to ever reform the moral code because your initial beliefs are automatically true and you are infallible. You can't be mistaken. So why would you change? Why would you try to reform what's already correct? Again, moral reform does happen. It is real. We know that for a fact. And therefore, moral relativism cannot be true. It cannot be a satisfactory moral theory because it does not make room for moral reform, nor does it make room for moral fallibility.